Now, last but not the least, from TARLAC, we have Jasmine Omay.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I am definitely nervous. I'm not sure if it's the cold. But before we go ahead and start, let me ask everyone a question. Any of you guys spent 2 hours not doing anything or being unproductive at all? Like Bruno Mars, but not a day, just for 2 hours. Okay, I see two and me. Another one, thank you. And today, thank you. And today I want to share to you the story of Margaret, a young Aita girl from Sitio, Bulacan. And this is why I wanted to share how precious 2 hours is in Margaret's life and story. Every day, Margaret wakes up before the sun rises, with no food to eat in the morning. For 2 hours, she would walk with her tiny feet for miles, not complaining to the long and arduous trek she has to face every day. And she carries along with her the weight of perseverance and her hunger for learning. Now imagine she reaches the school, and imagine how exhausted she must have been right before she enters the classroom. Now imagine going back again after the day ends, going home and it's pitch dark, and she will call it a day. You know how difficult it is for these Aita children to just go to the nearest school. But then again, they are deprived of that. Margaret's story is not an isolated case. Many Aita children in Capa City, TARLAC, in Sitio, Bulacan, face the same unfortunate expedition to reach the ironically nearest school. Now these Aita children deserve a fighting chance. They deserve to have a school close to their home, close to their community, that will give them equal opportunity to dream at their fullest potential, to realize that they could be anyone or anybody that they want to be in future, and not just in close to their cultural barriers and their community as well. Now my project, my Beauty with a Purpose project, the Bahay na Papel, aims to give them that quality education. It aims to give them and to realize and help these children that they do have an opportunity, they do have an option to be teachers, to be police, to be anyone that they could never think of at this moment. Now this is the sad reality that Bahay na Papel aims to change. A chance to change Margaret's sad story and all the Aita children like her. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, TARLAC. Years after a very divisive election and years hence before another presidential election is exercised, do you think the Philippines is at a better position if the president were a woman? Once again, years after a very divisive election and years hence before another presidential election is exercised, do you think that the Philippines is at a better position if the president were a woman?
Well, I don't believe that the Philippines would be in a better position if we're talking about gender. I mean, men and women are both capable. Now we are talking about who will rule the Philippines better. And it's someone who is compassionate, it's someone who relates to the people. I, as a Filipino citizen, would want someone who would like to hear what I have to say, especially now that we are in a place where we face a lot of issues. We are in the middle of discussions of different relevant issues right now. And I would want someone to hear me, to hear us as a community, because that's where it comes from. A true leader listens to the people, and that's when she listens, he or she listens, she could bring positive change, and that's when we know he or she would be effective. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jasmine. Our last person, judge or audience, is of course Miss Alma Kabagay.
Good morning. For my question, it's a bit simple as well. If you could accomplish one goal during your reign, what would it be and why?
Well, if I could accomplish one goal during my reign, it would have to be what I said earlier during my free speech on my Beauty with a Purpose, and that is to build a school that is closest to the Aita children in Sitio, Bulacan, a charity where I hold my heart very close. And the reason being is that I could never imagine going there at the age of 24 and realizing that those children haven't been able to step foot. I mean, not all of them were able to be in a situation where they could receive education. When I asked them what they wanted to be when they grow up, they did not reply to me because they don't know what they could be in the future. And that breaks my heart because at this point, I can say I am quite accomplished as an individual person, but they haven't realized their fullest potential. And if I am able to complete that in my reign, at least that, I know that I've made a change. I was able to leave a legacy, and I will be able to ripple that effect to help more indigenous communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine.
Hello, Christine.
My question is actually simple. Aside from diamonds, if you were to be a gemstone, what would you be and why?
Oh, aside from diamonds, well, I would be a ruby because I remember briefly, you know what, I don't even know the type of gems. I don't know much about it. But one thing that I remembered when I was a kid, my mom would always open up her cabinet and there was this little red box of the things that she holds precious and she doesn't want me to touch because for sure, if I played with it, I'm gonna lose it at once. And there was this ruby there. It was a ring. And I asked her, why is it so important to her? And why did she want me to play with it? And it's because it reminded her of the love that my mom and my papa both shared. And at a very young age, I was very inspired and I was very hopeful that it comes true, that it is honest, and how I wanted to feel that as well. But you know what? Love comes in every form. It can be the love of a mother, love of a father, from a person, from a friend. And that comforts me. And thank you for asking me that question because right now I was just reminded of how powerful love truly is. Thank you.
Jasmine,
Hello.
Hello. Our question for you is, over the years, we have seen a considerable boom in content creation in the Philippines. What do you think should be the ethical standards for social media influencers to professionalize this booming industry? Once again, over the years, we have seen a considerable boom in content creation here in the Philippines. What do you think should be the ethical standards for social media influencers to professionalize this booming industry?
You know what? When it comes to social media, we are so fluid in all of the motions and the actions that we do. And right now, for content creation, everybody can do it. And it is an opportunity for the youth, for everyone to explore the platform and to gain opportunities from it. But I understand that there should be a metric. And I guess it's all about being responsible on what you post, on what you share, and at the same time, being careful of what we want to portray or who we wanted to show ourselves, a part of ourselves. Because in this age, we are so flustered with what we see online, and sometimes it brings us to an emotional downfall, whatever it is that we are seeing online. So just as long as we know how to carefully share the contents that we want to be perceived in the public, then I guess there's a lot of opportunities for us in social media.
Thank you very much, TARLAC, Jasmine Omay.